Toda cosa tiene su tiempo, ¿no?
Everything has its time. As we say in China, when the canal is dug, the water will arrive. I think that's exactly what happened between China and Panama. For many years, under different Panamanian governments, they've had an interest in establishing diplomatic relations with China. But given the current state of relations between the Chinese mainland and Taiwan, I think President Varela made a decision, a correct decision, and his government knew how to take advantage of this historic opportunity.
What interest does Panama have in China, and how does the Panama Canal factor into those?
China and Panama have had traditional economic relations for many years, even though we didn't have diplomatic ties. For example, China has always been the second biggest user of the Panama Canal, right behind the U.S. Last year, more than 400 Chinese vessels went through the canal, paying $150 million in tolls. Additionally, China is the main provider of goods to the Colón Free Zone on the Atlantic side, meaning it would not function as it does today without China. There are also lots of ties between Panamanian and Chinese business people. Many Panamanians have factories in China, and many Chinese people are living here and bringing goods from the Chinese mainland. Traditionally, these business relations have been very important and tight. And now, with diplomatic relations, we predict that this relationship will expand.
Panama has a free trade agreement with Taipei. Has that been changed?
En el documento firmado entre ambas partes, Panama.
In the document signed by both sides last week, Panama committed to canceling almost all of its different agreements with Taipei. Panama will only keep some economic ones. Regarding the free trade agreement, there's a lot to be discussed between China and Panama before making a decision, but all of the official agreements will have to be canceled.
Will Beijing be pressuring other Central American countries that still have relations with Taipei to follow in Panama's footsteps?
De eso no tengo mucha información.
I don't have any specific information about that. What I do know is that yes, some other countries, including some Caribbean and Central American nations, have a strong interest in establishing diplomatic relations with China, just like Panama did. But every country is different, and it will depend on their unique situation.
And finally, I have to ask, would you like to be the new ambassador?
Bueno, me gustaría, ¿no? Todos queremos diplomáticos.
Well, I would really like that. All diplomats want to become ambassadors. I'm sure this position, to be the new Chinese ambassador to Panama, is appealing to many different people. In my case, I've already reached the age of retirement. But as long as I'm in Panama, I will fulfill my duties as a Chinese representative and as a Chinese diplomat.